Hey, Pearl, how are you today? Hey, and here's Minnie. Look at the pretty flowers I just planted. What? Oh, you're right. I almost forgot. Another day of SoulCARE.
Hi, everybody. I'm playing catch with Pearl. All right, bring her down. How are you, everybody? Good to see you again. It's been a little bit of a time. Yes, and someone's texting me, so I'll just turn my phone off. How you guys been? Hi, Ellie. Hi, Cody. Hi, how are you? Flel. 59th Street like a soldier. No one spoke. We just walked to looking at towers. Oh, yes, 9/11 today. Yes, it is 9/11. God bless. Hi, Joni. Thank you. I'm getting over my COVID stint that I had gotten the cruise, so it lasts for a little 6 weeks. So I'm just some tea. So looking forward to speaking to everybody today. Really, really nice. The cruise was lovely, except for the COVID. It was fine. Hi, Deborah. Hi, Annie. Bonnie. Hi, Bonnie. Yes, we're feeling much better. Kelly and I are feeling much better, but that does linger with the bronchitis and stuff. Hi, Nancy Powers. Crystalline, thank you. How, Mirjam, greetings from Hamburg. Thank you. Yes, I'm going to be in Europe in October. I'm doing a tour through Europe and doing Switzerland. I'll be there for a week at a mediumship conference there, and then Scotland, and then I'll be in Ireland, and I'll be in London. So I'll make sure everything is on my website. So between October the 8th and the 31st, we'll be probably doing reruns because of the time difference. It'll be kind of hard to get this to do the lives. So we'll do that, but it'll be fun. Lake Elsinore was just there yesterday. Very good, Adriana. Hi, Annie. Hi, Bernadette. Well, today is a day I thought we would just every once in a while we'll just do questions and responses to your questions. So I thought I would just today we throw the floor open and ask any questions you'd like to do, and I'd be more than happy to. And yes. Hi, Gina. Hi, Candace. Hello, money is coming. Good. We all need money. Susan. Hi, Susan. Some people say if you save someone's life, you're responsible for them. No. Some say they owe you a debt. Do you have an opinion? No, I don't believe that. I don't believe that if you save someone's life, you're responsible for them. Not at all. Everybody's responsible for themselves. What you did was a good act. It was a loving act. And that's it. You help someone. And there's no payback for that. It's just energy. It's what you give out, you get back. But you're not responsible for that. So that's crazy thinking. No. Thanks, Susan. Hello from Fallbrook. Hello. Hi, Cody Arthur. Can you talk about your process of channeling all leading up to seeing? Well, I'm not sure what that means because everybody is, I have these lights on, they're very strong. Everybody is psychic from one degree or another, and a mediumship channeling, it's different for everyone. Every medium is very different. So every process is very different. I know for Kelly and myself, it's very different between us and other mediums I know. Very similar to Gordon Smith that I'll be with in Europe, but we work very similarly. Where what I do is tend to, the way really to talk about it, Cody, is the process of channeling first starts with developing. So you develop your ability to sit in the stillness of your being and the quiet, and that's why that meditation course I created is all about. It's sitting in the quiet and the stillness of yourself, and it's in that space of stillness that you really begin to live from the inside out. And you have awareness of your soul self. We're so limited the human expression of words because it's hard to describe that sense, that feeling you get when you sit in the quiet on a regular basis and you become aware of yourself from the inside out, your soul self. You become aware of the spaces all around you, become aware of the fields they call the aura, of the energy fields, or I call mind fields that are all around us. And really, when you sit in a development circle or sit quietly in your own silence, the spirit people, your guides, and inspirers will work around you and within your energetic being, your body and the fields, to kind of open you up, to open up those little areas where they can give you, impress you, inspire you. So think of it that way, that they're loosening up, they're working on that. I often refer to it as opening up like the hood of a car and working on the innards. Same thing when you sit in development. So they're working on that inspiration, that sense of that you're able to receive through the mind, through the sensations of feelings and emotions, and also then clairvoyance, if that's your ability. People have all different abilities. Some people are more clairsentient, some people are more clairaudient. So everyone's very different. So what they're doing when you sit in that quiet is they're fine-tuning those aspects of your soul that you are. Everybody's born with, I would say, everybody's born with the ability to be a medium per se, but not everybody will be able to bring it forth or bring it forward as an expression. It's just like everybody has the ability to play the piano, but not everybody is a concert pianist. So you have to come with it and develop it and work at it. And I know my sense of mediumship or channeling, whatever you want to call it, word you want to put in there, is it's really, I've worked on, I think, lifetimes to get to a point now where I've been helped to inspire the world and the world stage. And with this subject matter, I think it took lifetimes of my own development, whether it's religious lifetimes, missionary lifetimes, humble beginnings, all different lifetimes to come to this space right now that I've worked to be here. I think also I've had lifetimes where, maybe I didn't do some great things and hurt people and killed people in a lifetime or a couple lifetimes. As a general in many lifetimes. And I know I was responsible for telling my men when to go in and kill people. So now I think some aspects of that in this lifetime will come back to heal people about death. So I think that all plays into it as well. So I hope that helps. And that's my sitting in the quiet and getting inspired, not trying, but just receiving would be the best way I could describe channeling or mediumship. Okay, I hope that helps, Cody. Hi, Deborah. What's your recommendations? I'm making a big decision. I've been trying to make it for months and months, many hours of meditation. Well, Deborah, the easiest way, keep it simple. There's a KISS, keep it simple, stupid. That's the concept. Keep it simple, stupid. I think it's so funny. The KISS concept I learned from my friends in Europe. And it's true. It's about life. It's keeping things simple and living with your heart, not your head. It's really, Deborah, if you keep on thinking about the same thing, you're going to go to your head. You're going to rationalize. You got to go with your gut instinct, your first instinct, and let it go. Don't try to dishonor that little voice inside by thinking about it, because it's not about your head. Your head's going to rationalize it and critique it. Just go for it and just do what your feelings, your gut response is. That's it. Don't make it more complicated than it is. Keep it simple. Okay, Deborah. Good luck, sweetheart. Hi, Bernadette. Can you please touch on how to connect and hear guides? Mine are probably screaming at me. Can't hear it, Nana. Bernadette, so they're there for you, but are you there for them? So I'm going to go back to the same thing, which is sitting in the quiet, sitting in the stillness. Again, look at that meditation, the spiritual meditation course I just created, because it's a whole lessons about that, about sitting in the quiet. You've got to do it on a regular basis. 15 minutes a day, I would do that. If you really want to work at hearing your guides, you've got to remember to be patient and let yourself open up an envelope, unfold your abilities. And that just doesn't happen like that. You have to be willing to sit in that quiet and open up slowly. It's like, you can't force a flower to grow. It'll grow in its natural state, natural way. Same thing with your intuitive and your psychic and mediumistic abilities, which in that respect is becoming aware of the fields around you and those beings, guides or teachers or inspirers who are around you. And it's very subtle. It's not like, hi, here we are. It's a very subtle, sensitive, soft feeling. So that's the best way to describe it. So you have to have patience and consistency. Best way. Okay, Annie, good luck with that. Hi, Annie. How long should we wait before trying to communicate with someone who has passed to the other side? I wouldn't want to disturb a soul's adjustment to new reality. Annie, I don't think that you would have that much power to disturb someone's adjustment. I could tell you that as a general rule, I usually say about 3 months for that adjustment period. But again, everybody is different. So if someone I've had people pass over very quickly within a day and they've communicated. So it depends a lot on the conditions of the passing. what the mindset was, what their belief system was. If they believed in life after death, it'd be a lot easier than contact someone who didn't believe in life after death. Not that they're not there, but they wouldn't know or have a curiosity about it, so they might not be available in that respect. Many people have passed over to this side. It's very funny. Some skeptics and cynics have come back and said, don't believe in communication. Don't believe in it. That was more of a dream. Then they'll say it was a dream. That was a dream about being on Earth. That was all a dream. Seriously, they've said that. It's more a dream. And just because you passed over to this spirit world doesn't necessarily mean you're going to automatically believe in life after death. Excuse me. So again, it's your mindset here on the Earth is really what it is, and that helps you. So it's up to the spirit, how they passed over. If they don't want to communicate with you, they won't. They know that what you're thinking. So they know your desire to do that. But they certainly will come to you and let you know that they're around. Again, though, Annie, patience is good in this case as well. Good luck. Okay. Hi, Candace. I had a tragedy when I was 18 months old. I totally don't understand what that means, but it's okay. Hi, Joni. There we go. Candace Hunter. I had a tragedy when I was 18 months old. I was told by a psychic that I'm psychic, but not a real one. I sense things. I don't know what a real one means. I don't know what that means. Everybody is psychic from one degree or another. There's no way you cannot be. We're born with a sixth sense. So, and tragedy at 18 months doesn't stop you from being psychic. It really doesn't. You're able to sense, and you're a soul. So a soul is intuitive. It's the language of the soul. So you're born with it. Just like you're born with hair and skin. Same thing with psychic work. You're born as an intuitive. You can enhance your psychic development, your intuitive development. Sure. That's why I created the school to help with that sort of thing. So you can, of course, develop that. There's nothing to do with what not a real one. I don't know what that means. But you can develop it for sure, sweetheart. So whoever told you that information is not valid in that my respect. Hi, Tracy. I recently prepared your soul for mediumship course. Loved it. Thank you. What would you suggest for the next course for me? I would suggest the meditation ones, spiritual meditation. I'm suggesting that to everybody because it hits on so many things. And part of mediumship development is, again, I have to repeat it, sitting in that quiet, becoming aware of who you are. Because the more one is aware of who they are, the easier it is for them to connect with spirit. You have to have a relationship with self, and really strong self, because you cannot be thrown by what other people think of you, by what you do. You got to be true to who you are and genuine. So sitting in that quiet space really will help you to have a relationship with your inner self, your soul self. So that's the suggestion, the spiritual meditation course, without a doubt. Okay, sweetheart? Thanks, Tracy. Hey, Adriana. What is your opinion on angel numbers? Do you believe they communicate with us somehow using numbers? I always see the number 111 or 1111 almost daily. So a couple of things here you're throwing at me. So what is your opinion on angel numbers? Just my opinion. I believe that they are another tool, and they are a tool to get insight, just like you'd say psychometry holding an object would be. It's a tool to get an astrology chart, runes, all different ways in, if you will. So it's different ways into the power, into the truth. So angel numbers, again, I like to keep things very simple. I just like numerology is a different thing too, but that goes based upon your birth date and so forth. So angel numbers 1, 1, 2, 2, 3. I think there's something to that. In that, every number has a vibration, right? Every number has a vibration, and I think that's really what it's about. What is that vibration of the 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 4? Every number has a vibration. Now, I don't know enough about it to really speak about it, but I just know that I go based upon the vibration. There are certain meanings, like 1 is beginnings, 9 is closings. There's all this stuff in the middle that I don't know about. And I think that each soul has something within their self that they are drawn to, that resonates with them. So some people resonate really, really well with numbers, tarot cards, astrology charts, runes, numerology, and so forth. So there's all their ways into the truth, to the power, to the knowingness, I guess you say. So just another way. Hi, Dawn. Had dinner with Carolyn Mumley last week. She brought me tremendous. Carolyn Mumley was a great psychic. She's in New York. She's Queens, New York, and she's very, very good. Thank you. She brought me tremendous comfort. She said, "Within my mediumship, my mother's almost inside me." Well, that's great. Would this be like? Not really. What I think, Dawn, is and she's so excellent. She gave me a message 2 weeks ago, and she was spot on. I was like, "Oh yes, you're too much," and she was right. And it wasn't a positive thing, by the way. It wasn't really. We wouldn't say it's a positive thing, but she said, this is the way it is. And she's what I think I love about Carolyn Mumlo is she shoots for the hip, man. She goes right to it. She doesn't negative, positive. It's just the way it is. The cards tell her certain things, and she'll tell you. She doesn't hold anything back, which I love. But when they say like what she might have said, that I think what she meant, and like to speak for her, but what I think what she really meant more than physical mediumship is what we call overshadowing. So she comes so close that she influences your mind. She influences you. You can sense and feel her, and she's just inspiring you to know that she's there. So you know that she's there, and you can also just had a meeting with someone, and we talked about. We said, I talked to my brother a lot, and I said, well, yeah, you should, because he hears your thoughts. So your mom hears your thoughts. The spirit always hear our thoughts, and you can communicate with them that way. And after you do that, you communicate with them and ask a question and you receive a thought, try to expand that thought or try to ask them to give it to you with kind of a personality behind the thought, kind of like a subtle way that that thought from them is a little different. And that sounds really weird, but maybe the part of the personality comes in, or something that you're not making up in your head, but you're feeling it within your heart self. It resonates as true. So overshadowing is the spirit comes so close to you that you feel like they're there over you, like overshadowing you, and that you step back and they come forward. It's more like what I think she means. So practice with that, Dawn. Very good. Excellent. Okay. Thank you. Hi there. Prince City, I'm not good at that. I saw you in this recently. Oh, at the Seaside Center. And at the end of the readings, you had the audience picture of the part of the level center. Ah, there we go. Very good. I only see a white kind of tornado spinning around me. Well, that's the beginning of something, isn't it? So it's an opening up. So, yeah. And that's what Dawn Rosen was just talking to you about. We did an exercise. We can do it again. Maybe tonight we'll do it for both sides now. I'll do it there because today I don't have time, but I'll do it tonight. If you watch Both Sides Now Beyond, Kelly White show and mine, there's a sense of bringing, there it is. And tonight's show is going to be all destiny points and free will. What's the difference between destiny points and free will? And Kelly has some great examples about that, really great examples about that. So yeah, so tune to that. And at the end of the Destiny Free Will, I'll do a spirit communication exercise with you guys that I did at the Encinitas workshop. Or the event. Okay. Yes. Ingan, hi. Do you know of a spiritual education where the goal is to get to know oneself? I do. And I'm going to repeat it. It's a spiritual meditation course is to get to know oneself. So as you sit in that quiet and sit in the silence, you go back into who you are. And it's almost like having a relationship with yourself. It really is. It's knowing yourself from a different perspective and from a different point of view. And when you start having that sense of in the quiet and you're with yourself, you begin to see yourself very differently. You begin to make different choices in your life. You see what resonates as truth with you, what energy is for you and positive with you, which energy does not belong to you. You're able to discern between those, and discernment is really important. So getting to know oneself is the core of that meditation course, of the spiritual meditation course. So try it out, sweetheart. That might help. Hi, Roberto. Hola. You ever feel changes in type environment, like you tap into other realities for hours? Yes. And today I feel like a shot of electricity in the middle of the room. Curious about your thoughts. That's a good question, Roberta. Really very good question. Excellent question. Smart question, if I can say that. So that's I love that because it's exactly what you're talking about. in that all around us are different levels of awareness, different levels of consciousness, right? So the subconscious, the conscious, all the different levels that are around us, all the different fields I talked about earlier. And we as souls, 70% of the body's soul is outside, only 30% is in the body, or 80-20, whatever that is, that percentage. Mostly, the important thing is most of the soul's outside. And when you're outside of that, you're open to all the different levels of reality, right? So many, many dimensions of reality all around us. And when you're in that space, you can go to different realities. You can go to different dimensions. That's what happens. So yes, the answer is yes, definitely. In that point, Roberto, I would think it's really important to keep a journal going. So when you have those experiences, write down in a journal how you felt physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally. Did something trigger that? How did you feel after that? What were the conditions around when that certain thing happened? I think that's really important to look at that way. So, okay. Good question, though. Hi, Andrea. A traumatic event opened me up to sensing energy. Okay, let me just stop right there by saying many, many, many times the heart has to get cracked open in order for more light to come out, right? So many times tragic events, whether it's loss of a child or a partner, or something that happens traumatically, will force us to open ourselves up, to ask questions, to get on a journey and say, for instance, tonight we talked to Kelly, could be about destiny points too. Was that meant to happen? Many times I've had a child pass over, many, many, many times. And that was an agreement made between the soul family, the mother, father, so forth, and that child soul. And you can say that soul group, if you will, that soul chose to leave, and it could be in tragic circumstances or whatever, however. And in doing that, that would force the mother, father, parents, whoever it might be, to go on this spiritual journey, to ask, what was this all about? Why did this happen to my child? And I've seen it, and it really forced them to get on this spiritual path. So that does happen. Okay. I saw my first spirit when I was 13, yes, but since my husband died 3 months ago, my gifts are just gone. How do I get them back? Well, they're not gone, Andrea. They don't go away. And with him over there, they'll probably increase. So, and the next spirit message night, you should go on there, communication wise. It's so they're not there. It's just that you're in your head and you're grieving, and that emotion is taking over you. It's overshadowing you. And that's normal, sweetheart. It's natural. It's normal. It's really hard. It's really, really hard when that happens. Hard. But the most important thing to look at is that he's not dead, that he's from a different point of view, helping you from the spirit side, because he wouldn't just leave you, that he's more around you now than ever could be before, and that he's going to help make things happen for you. And again, that might have been an agreement that you both had before you came back to the body. And I feel that's what it was. I really do. I feel it was because your life will change drastically in the next 2 or 3 years, because he's going to help you. He's going to help you. Oh, I just heard this. This is interesting. Wow, that's interesting. I'll write that for tonight. Hold on. Destiny. He's going to help you live out your destiny points. And those destiny points might not have been able to happen unless he passed over. So there's a different way of looking at that, isn't it? I just downloaded that one. Okay. Good luck, Andrea. You'll be okay. Hi, Cheryl. I was taking your astrology course. What's the difference between psychic astronomy? Well, astronomy and Vedic. I mean astrology. So psychic, I don't know, that was psychic astrology, I think you're talking about. So the psychic astrology, my psychic astrology course is based on Western astrology. So there's Western astrology and there's Vedic astrology. Two different ways of looking at things. So that's the only difference. I don't know the basic. I'm not an astrologer, but I just know the Western, and then there's Vedic. Kelly White knows all about the Vedic. So two different ways in different lenses to look at things. Okay. Yeah, Cheryl just want to mention it. Cheryl Fuchs says, my husband totally helped me in every step leading up to and including my move from New York to Las Vegas. Totally. Right down to find a new house. That's what they do. It's so true. Okay. Hi, Jose. What is the best way to get information on our past lives? Do you know anything about your past lives? If so, can you tell us about them? Yeah, so past life regression, which I don't know if I have a course in past life regression. I might. It's really where you go to a space, and I've done it before, and I'll do it again. Maybe Kelly and I'll do a show on past lives, and I'll do a past life regression. So past life regression is where you get to a point where you get to the human part of you, that the brain part of you, kind of like relaxes and softens, and you talk to the soul aspect of yourself, and you go, I guide you, the regressionist guides you down to a space where your soul would have experienced different lifetimes. Now, interesting with quantum physics, in that the past, present, future are all one. That's really what I believe it is, because when you get to a certain space, I always bring people to a space where they ask, what is the permission really? What is the most opportune lifetime for me to look at, to be aware, that will help me the most at this time? What can be revealed to me that will help me at this time? What lifetime? So many times when you do past regression, it's all about where you were in the lifetime period. So most of the time it's the past, right? But some of it could be the future, but in the past. And what's, I bring them down to, what is the time period you're feeling? I bring them down to look at their costume and the clothes, if they have any, and what time period, looking around the location. Is it tropical? Is it desert? Is it a city environment? Is it the country? And then I have them become aware of people coming to them who they recognize from this current lifetime. So there's always lessons, there's always patterns of learning that go from lifetime to lifetime and perfecting things. And I'm very aware of certain ones I've had. Lately, there's been a lot of lessons about betrayal, how to go through that, people being betrayed by people. I've had lifetimes I told earlier, when I was a general and told women to kill people, and now I get back to heal people. I know it's a very strong one for sure, several different ones. So yeah, and so you can do that past life regression without a doubt. I used to work with Dr. Brian Weiss, who's like the foremost past life regressionist in the world, and he has a website where he teaches about past life regression, does seminars and workshops for that as well. Brian Weiss. Okay. Thanks, Jose. Hi, Heather. I was wondering if you ever knew anyone who remembered being an infant into childhood, speaking to their guides, because they questioned the decision they made coming into this life with these parents. That's a good question. Anyone remember being an infant? I remember being an infant. Does any of you remember being an infant? I remember definitely being an infant. Without a doubt, I remember it. I remember I have an infant story, if this will help. My parents put me in the back bedroom. I must have been under 2 years of age, I think. I think so. And I remember the crib. I remember they put me down there like 9:30, 9 o'clock at night, or whatever it was, because I could look out and see a clock. I remember looking out the crib and seeing a clock on the wall, in the far living room wall. And I remember I wanted to be with them. I didn't want to go to bed. Now, this is funny because now I'm a night owl, so that's pretty funny. But I didn't want to go to bed that early. And I remember every night I used to go in that crib when I would be upset and kicking and wanted to be then crying. There'd be a man in the corner who had white hair, and we'd come over to me, and he had like a mobile thing he was playing with me, and it put me to sleep. And years later, I was with my grandmother going through a photograph album, and she came to a photograph and I said, "Who is that man? That's the man who used to see in my bedroom at night when I was a little baby." And she said, "That's your grandfather. He died before you were born." So that's been a really strong one. That was interesting. So that was a guide. But I've never remember being an infant into a child who's being their guides. I haven't had that experience. I never got that they questioned the decision to come back. I never had that experience. It does happen, but I haven't had that. Thanks, Heather. Hey, James. Hi, Val. Speaking of the past few weeks, I'm seeing these numbers. It seems to have increased lately. I don't know what to do to interact with this. I also feel like I'm being watched. So what you want to do is, when you see these angel numbers, Val, is to write down, like in a journal, and I was going to keep a journal of, again, when do you see them, what the conditions of when you see them, emotionally, physically, mentally, and then also when you see them afterwards, what is it telling you? So ask for, what is the message here? Why am I seeing this? And just ask it, they'll be answered, and then write down the answer. Best way. Thanks, sweetheart. Hello, Donna from York, England. Hello. Please, can you tell me how to get a reading with you? I don't do readings, Donna. I'm not doing any readings, personal readings right now. I do monthly events. I call them spirit messages, and they're Zoom calls, and you can register for that. And there's one coming up in October, I believe it is, or end of September. I think it's end of September. I haven't looked at my website, so I can't tell you. But vanprog.com is where you're going to check, and you'll see that. Let me see if I can find on here. I'll look it up and see. Let's see. You think I'd know all this, but I don't. There we are. I think that's me. Yes. It says I'm still married. I'm not married. Okay. October 5th. So October 5th, I'll do an evening of spirit online. And those are messages. So October the 5th will be the next time. I might do one before that, though. So make sure your email is on my list, my email list, because I might do one in September, toward the end of September. I have a feeling I might be doing one very soon, like next week. So just make sure you're on my email list, and we'll make sure you get a copy. Okay. Hi, Susan. When we pray for our loved ones on the side, do they hear us praying? Are they affected by our prayer in any way? Yes, Susan. The answer is yes. They hear us 10 times, 20 times, 30 times stronger than we'd hear them here on earth, because they're in a mental world. So they receive our thoughts. When you think of them, it goes boom right to them. So they know your feelings, they know your prayers, they know when you're thinking of them. And they often will just say, please don't worry. I'm okay. I'm fine. I'm alive. Don't worry yourself. Please don't. Because they want you to carry on with your life, knowing that there's no death. There's no death whatsoever. And they're with you. And that's the messages. They want to say, I'm alive. There's no such thing as death. So again, Leslie Flint, Leslieflynt, was a physical medium that I spent many times with, where the actual voices in the air came through. And you can go on leslieflinttrust.com online and hear actual voices of spirits from that a research couple that taped him with reel-to-reel tapes from, I think, 1940s to the 1960s. And you have Rudolph Valentino, Queen Victoria. You have a lot of different people who have gone through. My mother came through on a tape, which I have. So just to prove there's no death. So I hope that helps. I mean, that's the reason I do the work I do. Thanks, Susan. And don't be so hard on yourself, Susan. Gina Knapp, what is your feeling of energy to come in the next few months? I don't feel great about it, Gina, to be honest. I don't feel great about the energy next few months. I was talking to Kelly White earlier, and she mentioned there's some hard astrological things coming up. And I feel the middle of October is not going to be great. And I don't know what. It'll be, if there's going to be a war, there's going to be an explosion. I just feel I see a lot of fire. And I think it's from man-made. So I don't know what that means, except I just feel that. That's a sense. I sense chaotic energy toward the end of October. And, I'm not a doomsday kind of guy, but I just feel that way. But again, I feel weird right now with this world, with the earth. Even when the COVID thing, I got such strong energy. It was, this has been engineered. It's an engineered situation. Like, man-made, which it is. And I believe it was made in the lab. I do. I just think there's so much stuff that we don't know that's not out in the vision, that things are cloaked in the world, not from the spirit world, but cloaked in the world. The things that are going on underneath that we're not being told about. We don't. It's almost like I almost feel like there's secret governments and there are all these things going on. And again, I'm not a QAnon type person or anything like that, or conspiracy theorist, but I just feel there's stuff that we don't know. I feel people are getting frustrated, and I feel that that's why you're seeing a lot of people who don't have the capacity to hold on to this energy. It's like a centrifuge. Things are going so fast, and people don't know how to ground themselves and know who they are. So they caught up with that phonetic energy. And this is where it's really important to ground yourself, to get into your own self. Like that spiritual meditation course, I'm going to say again, is great to ground yourself and have that awareness, because you won't get caught up in that phonetic energy. You won't be part of that. You can observe it, but not be part of it. And that's the secret. So, yeah. So that answers that, Gina. I hope. Okay. Just one thing. Carrie Sam says, I also noticed the veil is really thin. My senses are in tune. Total much, Carrie. So much. Of course, Halloween, the veil is the closest. But I've also made that comment, Carrie, that the veil is really, really almost open, because there's so many called coincidences. Things happen right away. When you think about it, it happens. Manifestation. I agree with you. It's so close. I think it's so much. Someone else mentioned today. I mean, a lot of light people, a lot of light beings are on this earth right now. And it's true. It's really true. So that is going to change that energy. So there's dark energy, if you want to call it that. You have to have light energy because we're being protected, we're being looked at. But again, this is our schoolroom. Remember that. So, and we're just a little tiny piece, a grain of sand compared to the universe says that we are all a part of. So it's a very small part of us, but it's the human part. It's that human behavior. It's almost like bringing that human up to a higher level of evolution. And that's what it is. Don't let other people bring you down or to theory. You got to think for yourself. I think that's really important that we all start thinking for ourselves. That's why I don't believe in religions per se or cults, because they try to control the mind of people, people's minds, mind control. No, these are opportunities for our own soul's growth, our individual soul's growth. Now, someone like myself and other teachers and inspirers can assist you in getting to know yourself, but we can't make up your minds for you. We can't tell you how to live your life. You have to do that. That's why you're here. So when people say, what is my love life going to be like? Like, well, you know yourself better than I do. You have to go in tune with yourself and feel it out and see what's there. And you might receive it. Oh, when I meet this person and so what is going to happen? Or it might be hidden from you because it's a lesson you have to go through. And the spirit world and the loved ones love you so much, they wouldn't want to give you answers to the tests because they want you to grow and evolve as a soul. And if you're given the answers, you might not grow in that aspect. Okay. So yes, please join me tonight. I will be with Kelly White on Both Sides Now and Beyond, and that is tonight at 6 o'clock right here. And the difference between destiny points and free will. And at the end, I will do the exercise for the overshadowing. Okay. Thanks, everybody. God bless you, and thank you for tuning in. And spiritual meditation. Okay. God bless. We'll see you next time.